Hey, what is up, investors? It's Jason here. So in this video, we're going to be talking about three of my favorite Chinese EV companies, and that is NIO, Xpeng, and Li Auto. We're going to talk about the delivery numbers for August, as well as talk about their stocks, where they're currently at, and also talk about the semiconductor shortage that is out there and how that is affecting the outlook for the third quarter. So, as we get to this, we have a great video here. So as we get to this, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, annihilate, or just gently press that like button. Helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Helps spread these videos to more people that might find it interesting. And subscribe if you have not already. And if you are interested in being a Patreon, help us support this channel even more, I have one. Link is in the description. Thank you to all the Patreons. And there is a private Discord connected to that where we can talk about EV stocks, cryptocurrencies, etc. Thank you to all the Patreons. Now let's get to it. Now, for everybody, keep in mind here that are not familiar with EV stocks, these are growth stocks. So you think of a stock like Tesla, the valuations don't really make sense in these, and you're basically buying these stocks for future projections. So if you're new to EV stocks, keep that in mind. You're not going to find any sort of value investment out of these. So looking over at NIO first, what we're seeing is that NIO has been sticking in between this current price range here of a price around $32 and a price of around about $46 is where it's kind of been hanging out at recently. When we go into this green area, this is what I'm calling the more bullish area here. Where we're at currently, we have seen the price of NIO dip down a bit, but we're seeing it on a bit of an uptrend at this moment for the reasons of their August delivery numbers, which were up, but at the same time, they are having a semiconductor shortage, so we do have to keep that in mind. Now, NIO had to update the third quarter delivery guidance because of the whole semiconductor shortage. Now, NIO said it delivered 5,880 vehicles in August, up 48.3% from the same month last year, which we know every year they're going to be increasing those numbers no matter what, for the most part, as they should be. Cumulative deliveries of the ES6 and the EC6 reached 131,408 vehicles as of August 31st, according to the automaker. NIO said its vehicle production, especially the manufacturing of the ES6 and the EC6, was materially disrupted by supply chain constraints resulted from the pandemic that affected parts of China and Malaysia. It now expects to deliver approximately 22,500 to 23,500 vehicles in Q3, down from the earlier outlook of 23,000 to 25,000 vehicles. Now, whenever I make these videos on NIO, you guys always ask me, is it worth buying into at whatever price? I'm never going to answer those questions, by the way. Just pointing out from my point of view, I honestly, to be honest with you guys, I don't think I've ever, I think I've probably mentioned it before in a video, I stopped buying into NIO actually around $20. To let you guys know, that's when I stopped buying it. I just thought that it was going up way too fast after it had surpassed that point. This large increase in the price of the stock, a lot of that just leading into a lot of bullish behavior into the whole EV space that was going on in November, December, January, and then that's why we saw a lot of this stuff happen in February. A lot of tech in general ended up crashing in February on into March, and that's how we saw that big correction, the whole reset, and now we're seeing companies start rebuilding themselves and getting more of a stable foundation with the price of their stock. Now, I have no doubt like the NIO will have any trouble getting back to these prices that it was at, getting above, $60 a share, going into $70 a share, etc. I'm a strong believer that NIO is going to go to $100+ a share, and I also would expect that it wouldn't take too much long of a time to even get to that price. I think that NIO could probably, easily get to a price of $100 a share within the next 10 months, in my opinion. And I'm very bullish on NIO into the new year, going into 2022, where they're going to be at around like December of this year. How high will the stock go up to? That's all stuff that I kind of look at. And that is just basically because NIO has a lot of catalysts that are in their favor during that time with a new vehicle release and their larger factory that is in production right now. So a lot of great things to look forward to NIO in the future. But at this moment, we have the whole semiconductor shortage and a lot of things that are affecting the stock a bit. But I have no doubts that over a period of time that we're going to have no trouble seeing NIO go back to $70 a share. That's just my own opinion, though, not financial advice. Do not take that too literal. You guys have to do your own due diligence and keep track of this stuff yourself as well. Now, if we look over what the analysts are saying about NIO, the analysts have really good expectations, and that helps me with my bullish opinions of NIO. Now, out of 20 analysts offering a 12-month price forecast, they have a medium estimate of $61.16, a high estimate of $92.24, and a low of $17.05. But, I mean, really, if we were going to play within this, there's a lot of room to grow. Now, looking at Xpeng stock here, now I'm going with the whole red, yellow, and green line here for Xpeng. But what I'm kind of doing is, right now, we're seeing a lot of support for Xpeng at the price of $37. Now, where it's currently sitting at $40, this is kind of like the area where it's kind of sticking between at this moment, where we've been seeing it for the past 3-4 months recently. The price that needs to really break through to start trending into a more bullish area is the price of $45. So we're seeing it kind of stick between that $45 and that $37 range, where we've been at kind of since like mid-June, I'd say. So at the moment, that's where we need to go. We need to go above $45 and start trending into that bullish area, which is $55. Now, the reason why I set these prices here is where obviously we're finding a lot of support at $37, and it was also a resistance point that we were at. And once that was not able to sustainable, and then it had fallen through, since it has passed that resistance point and found support there, that's kind of where it's hanging out at this moment. So we need to get above this $45 range, which is an area where it had found support after its first big correction that it did have, where it was trying to go above the price of $55. So that's why I'm saying $55 is our biggest bullish area. That's where we need to go to really see this thing increase in value, which is a price that I think it can get to, that it can surpass this possibly before the end of the year. We're going to have to see. No guarantees there, but there are a lot of great catalysts for Xpeng to be looking forward to. Now, Xpeng's August deliveries climbed 172% from the same quarter last year. Now, they delivered 7,214 of their smart EVs in August, and their total deliveries of their P7 sedan and their G3 compact sport utility vehicle reached 45,992 units, representing a 334% increase from the year ago period, according to the automaker. Xpeng also said that it planned deliveries of the G3 were affected in August due to the transition into their G3i production at its manufacturing base. It expects to begin deliveries of the G3i in September and the P5 family sedan in October. So they got two vehicles to be looking forward to coming out here like right now. Now, as far as what the analysts are thinking for Xpeng, their 12-month price forecast, they have a medium of $55 and a high of $72. Now, their low is $26.94, but currently with the price at $40.76, I think that it's very safe to say that they can easily get to that median and that high, no problem. And I really wouldn't be surprised if they don't surpass that high with all the new news that is coming out right now with Xpeng. Now for Li Auto, now Li has a market cap very similar to Xpeng. They have a market cap of $31.4 billion. Now this stock is very similar to Xpeng's performance as well, how it quickly went up in price in November, and then we saw it go into a quick correction. If we were to say that it just went up way too much too fast, and it had no certainty exactly where it's should be priced at, then we could say that Li pretty much is at a place that's got a lot of support, I would say. And especially looking at the red line here, this is the main support line that I'm going off of right now, where Li seems like it is able to stay sustained with this, and especially right now between the price of like $28 and $32, it's able to stay within that. But what we really need to see is we need to see Li approach this $36 mark right here, and that's where I'm thinking it's really going to be able to break out, to be able to get into these highs that it was at, where it quickly got to back in November. In that case, this is where we're seeing a lot of resistance with Li, is at that $36 mark. But for right now, in the short term, we need to be surpassing that $32 mark, which we're very close to doing so. But we need to be able to get above that to start getting into that more bullish territory, and then be able to get through that, which Li is having a hard time being able to do to sustain that. Now, in the case of Li's August deliveries, they actually delivered more than NIO and Xpeng. They delivered 9,433 Li ones in August 2021, increasing 248% year over year and 9.8% month over month. Total deliveries in first 8 months of 2021 and cumulative deliveries of Li ones reached 48,176 and 81,773. Now, as far as what the analysts think over the next 12 months, their forecast is between $40 and $62 between the median and high, and for the low, $23. So the analysts also have very high expectations for Li and all three of these stocks in general. Now, given how Li keeps increasing their delivery numbers every single month lately, I wouldn't be surprised that over the next 12 months that they don't surpass that high that the analysts are forecasting. So with that being said, as you guys know, I'm very bullish on these three stocks. I think that there is a lot of potential, and I'd like to hear from you guys. I'd like to hear from the shareholders of NIO, Xpeng, Li Auto. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. So with that being said, please like, share, comment, subscribe. New videos coming out all the time. Thanks for watching, guys.